Yes, of course, it is your host with the most, baby. The one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Y'all know where you at. What? It's time for what? What time it is? It's time for Wind Down Wednesday, therapy with a sip, grown folk conversation. And I am your host with the most. I am the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Come on in. And it's another Wednesday. And of course, also we call it what? Hump day, don't we? Yeah, we call it hump day. But listen, the right place at the right time, doing the right thing with the right people, and ain't no doubt about it. We're going to get into an amazing conversation tonight. It's going to be part two. For those of you that didn't join us last Wednesday um, on the podcast, y'all missed an amazing grown folk conversation. And listen, this is no gossip zone. And this is the zone where you come to where there's no deriding or deriding, no ostracizing, no criticizing in the way that we're trying to destroy someone's character. But this is the place where you can come and you can have laid back grown folk conversation, and it's low key therapy, which is why we named it Wine Down Wednesday, where you can get your little sip, get your wine, get your sip, get your beer, get your tea, get your coffee, water, whatever you choose. And we lay back and we have that grown folk conversation, right? I see you, Prince of Peace, JP in the house. So listen, let us get this demonstration. Let's get this party started, right? And let's hit some um shares. Give me a moment while I share. All right. I say, give me a moment while I share. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. Also, let it be noted that we're not only streaming live to Facebook, but also we're streaming live to YouTube. And I'll get my YouTube uh, address out there here in just a second for those of you that may want to join us on YouTube here in just a moment. Let me get us started in our sharing, because again, sharing is what? Caring, right? When you care, you do what? You share. That's right. And we help each other mow and grow, right? That's what it's about. Mowing and growing. Queen Octavia in the house, ATL, baby. What's going on, Queen? Yes, indeed. We just getting ready to do what? Just share, hit that share button. Yes, indeed. You all for joining us on YouTube. YouTube, note that we're streaming live to Facebook, and this is my YouTube page that you guys are on. And if you happen to be watching and you come in, that's okay, that's cool. But do this for you, for me, and for us. Subscribe and like. Help us get our numbers up. Which get our numbers up so that what they can monetize us. I am a content creator and I need your support. I need your help. So please do that for you, for me, and for us. Okay. Gratitude, gratitude. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the share button and share. And as I'm doing that, please, you all join me likewise in doing so. And we'll build this audience and we can go on from there. How about that? Okay? Gratitude. I normally give us some background music, but YouTube, excuse me, not YouTube, but Facebook likes to mess with us and kind of mess with our feed. So, and we be right in the middle of that conversation, right? And here comes Facebook. They will do what they can to disrupt you. So shout out to Facebook. We love you, man. Thank you so very kindly. Right? All right. It's another Wind Down Wednesday. Let's share and we'll share alike. Okay. All right. So give me a moment here. My Wednesday is always my meditation time, my layback time, so I can prepare myself uh, for you guys, so that we can have that real layback conversation that has substance, right? It's not just fodder, just out here making noise. But we're here because it's a wonderful thing when grown folk can come together and have that type of conversation that's needed. Isn't that something? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Listen, it's Wind Down Wednesday, baby. And we're going to get into the second part of what we were demonstrating with. And for those of you that are on YouTube, it's already posted for you. Part two is the renowned gospel singer Leandra Johnson wrong or right for exposing the church? Is she right or wrong? Hey, Queen O'Soon. Queen O'Soon is in the house. Gratitude. Thank you for joining us tonight, Queen. So is she right or wrong? Oh, come on here. We gonna find out what's going on. Y'all know it. What's going on? Y'all, you guys remember that song, right? What's going on? Yeah, I know. What's going on? Yes, indeed. I have an amazing wine for you guys tonight. And interesting enough, the name of the wine is Wycliffe. Bloody blood clot man. Uh-oh, Lisa in the house tonight, baby. 217. I know we finna get ready to get up and get down, baby. We got Queen Little Lisa in the house, baby. That's 217. That's my baby girl, home girl from my home state. What's going on, Queen? Yeah, we about to get it on. Let me do a little sharing. Y'all hit that share button too. Wake somebody up. Tell them the one is on the air, baby, and he's all the way live. Come on here. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So give me just a moment here to share and get this party started right. Is that okay? Okay. T Swin, me and Can Always Be Wrong podcast. That's the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. Y'all better get up on him. Nice, amazing book out. And I give him a plug at the end of the podcast, as I always do. Um, Love is for Suckers. If you haven't had an opportunity to pick that up, if you haven't followed him, Tracy Love is in the house tonight. I told y'all it's going to be on Friday night. I think we're going to have a great, awesome, amazing conversation tonight. What y'all think? What y'all think about it? Oh, yeah. Tonight. Yeah, indeed. Shit, we might get the cleanup woman in the house tonight. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. So I'm dropping a few shares, and you guys go ahead and share. And we're going to go ahead and get this open in just a moment here. Those of you that are watching on YouTube, thank you. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Hey, Queen Dawn, welcome in the house. Cram eater. You'd like to eat cram, huh? Hey, listen, thank you for joining us. And if you haven't had an opportunity on YouTube to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, please do so for us. We're trying to get our numbers up. I am a content creator. I need your support in any way that you can. Support, okay? The master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker is in the house, yo. The teacher will appear. All right, so hit that share button, family. And we're gonna get ready to get started here. In just a moment, I'm gonna drop in a few of these groups. Give me just a moment to drop in a few groups. and I can give you my undivided attention up in this demonstration. Let's give ourselves a hand. Also, while we're sharing, please note that tonight's podcast is being brought to you by none other than the Prince of Peace, Queen Octavia, the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shapeshifter, the code breaker, baby. Also by T. Swin, Men Can Always Be Wrong podcast. Also tonight, podcast has been sponsored by none other than Queen Osun. Thank you all for your support. Thank you all for your monetary support. Thank you for your social support. Thank you in any and every way that I can with a grateful gratitude. From Wind Down Wednesday, from who your host with most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Oh yeah. Oh, you're gonna be sipping on some ale tonight, JP. All right. Yeah. Oh, I got a nice one for y'all tonight, y'all. It's a rosé, and it's gonna be a brut blend. It's gonna be great. Um, it's going to be it's going to be great. Blueberry mojito. I hear you, Queen Octavia. Blueberry mojito. Mm, sounds delectable. Oh my God. Yes, indeed. But just give me a second here, fam, and we'll get this thing rolling. I'm sharing because sharing is caring. Right? Sharing is caring. So y'all hit that share button. Right. Hit that share button. Okay. I hear you loud and clear. Let me give you all a hand. Y'all are great at what you do, right? But what's been some stuff out there in the news, though, right? I don't know if you all and this kind of just moving away from, but getting back to because it's along the same lines. But anyway, I'm not sure how many of you all are familiar with Shannon Sharp. You know, he blew up when he had Cat Williams on his podcast. Cat Williams told him something that was very prophetic and specific. Cat Williams said that having been that we are doing this, they're going to come for you. How many of you all know that there are allegations that are placed against Shannon Sharp right now that could be detrimental to his profession, to his lifestyle, to rob him of all the hard work that he's done? How many are familiar with that? And that's kind of along the same lines. That's what's going on with none other than the renowned gospel singer, Leandrew Johnson. And I'm not for sure how many of you all are familiar with her. But if you haven't had an opportunity to catch up on her, look on, again, like I gave F last time, look her up on TikTok and you'll see what the big dust up is about. Okay. Oh, I see the sergeant at arms is in the house. I told y'all, boy, this is going to be a barn burner tonight. This is part two. Is a renowned gospel singer, Leandrew Johnson, writer for exposing the church. Now, this is going to be on you all because I want you all to sound off. And we, over the whole internet spectrum, have one of the most smartest, intuitive, intelligent chat group that's second to none. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? I said it so you could hear me. Let's give ourselves a hand. All right, let me share just a little bit more, and then I'm going to get us to where we're going, fam. All right, is that okay? Okay. Just a few more little shares here. And some say, well, why you do that? Because sharing is caring. Right. Okay. And then we go, thank you for putting the donation information out there. Listen, all know that I am a content creator. And because you guys support me financially, it enables me to be able to do more. Shout out to Queen Octavia. Shout out to Master Teacher, the Prince of Peace. Shout out to them. They are so instrumental in Tracy Love. Are so instrumental in helping with different things that we need for the podcast. Not only do they help with the podcast and Wind Down Wednesday, but also they help with the podcast for the Truth Session on Saturdays. For those of you that haven't been able to join us in the Truth Session on Saturday, you are missing a treat for real, right? Every Saturday, 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, you can catch us there. Where? Truth Session, Facebook Live, also YouTube. So thank you all. Thank you. Gratitude, gratitude. And Octavia says it's the den of the beast. When you have fame and fortune and find out what's going on in those circles, yes. Thank you, Queen Osun. Queen Osun said, love in the background. Gratitude, gratitude. Oh, Dorothy Wilson is in the house tonight, y'all. 207. I told y'all we was going to have it fully loaded tonight. We're going to have that amazing conversation. And I'm ready to pour up this glass of wine. But before I pour up the glass around that wine, can I get somebody, anybody, that's somebody, put a toast out there? Put a toast out there real. And as we're putting the toast out there real quick, let me put a little reverb on this here and let's make some noise up in here. I see that Sergeant at Arms, King is she? No, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. Ass. I'm sick of them bullying, division, spreading asses, bullying, division, spreading asses. That's a good point. We go. I already knew that this was going to do what it is designed to do tonight. We're down Wednesday, and you all know who it is. What? It's your the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Listen, this is Wind Down Wednesday. Laid back, grown folk conversation where we don't gossip, where we give our honest opinion based off the truths that we carry. Is that right? And that's all we want to do. But yeah, it's a big dust up about that. And she's really put off with the behavior of quote unquote churchianity. We call it Christianity, but she's kind of put off on that. And I think sometimes that we, as grown folk, as parents, need to have conversations about this, right? But we need to have it on the right level, have it with the right identity. Thank you, Tracy Love. Put the toast out there. So let me pour up, and we're going to hit this toast, and we're going to get into this conversation. I think it's going to be off the chain. Okay, so let me introduce to you all Wycliffe. It's a brute rosé. And thank you, Queen Octavia, for correcting me sometime back, maybe 3 or 4 podcasts back. That is not a rose, that's rosé. Okay, Phil, listen, here we go. Let's pour this up, okay? I know I can't pour up the bell, right? Okay. That may be a little bit, it may be a little bit over a bell, right? Yeah, I think I'm a little bit over a bell. That's okay. Is that all right? Is that all right, fam? I might be a little bit over a bell. All right, we cork that back up. All right, so I got to you all know what my sip is. That sip is always what? 17 what? 38. Y'all know how we do it. We do it like Roger do it. Roger Trout and Zap. Do it, Roger, do it. All right, so here it is, toast. Queen Tracy Love put it out there. Cheers to balanced life. Yes. Cheers to balanced life. Salute. 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 Mm. Ooh, we y'all. Ooh, ooh, wee. This is so nice. I have to do it twice, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, Tracy. Hold on. Let's do this again. What you say, Tracy? Cheers to balanced life. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Mm, mm. Excuse me. Wycliffe, Wycliffe. Why? I think, hey, y'all. Why gonna make me go over the cliff? And somebody said Wycliffe. But listen to my sippers out there, baby. One time, 1738. Got sip on that, y'all. Got sip on that. You know what I mean? Mm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. We're gonna have an amazing night. But yeah, while we're getting into this, and I think Sergeant at Arms Kiana said something that's very powerful. And also, you all, when you come into the room, please let us know where you're hailing from. Now, Sergeant at Arms Kiana is hailing from Little Rock, Arkansas. Here is something that Leandra said, and we're going to get into this conversation. Leandra said, she says that she is not upset anymore. When it first started out, she was upset. But she says that she's no longer upset, and what she's out to do is make people aware of the behavior of the church. Right? Okay, so let me get a little backstory on this from my lifestyle from being in the church. Some of you all know me and know that I was in the church. And if you was with me and know that I was in the church, put a one out there so we get on the same page. Because I'm about to drop something that I think that's very important. Okay. So just to add a little credence to what Leandra is talking about. Some of you that are on the timeline that have walked with me for some of the years, if you're still in the room, and you've walked with me for some of the years, and you know what I've experienced and what I've been through in terms of the church. And I want to talk about this because Leandrew is hitting the nail on the head with the hammer. And let me share something with you. Most people are like, well, you can't do it like that. You can't come out and you can't have this level of conversation, right? And let me make this and this is for educational purposes only. This isn't to try to deride anyone or ostracize anyone or belittle anyone. But when you deal with most of what we refer to as church people, they're like an ostrich. They are going to stick their head in the sand and clog their ears up and don't want to hear anything that you have to say because they're operating out of a spirit of fear. And in their they're saying that some invisible force is going to strike them down because they think a certain way. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question and see if we can get on the same page. Let me ask you all a question, family. Thank you for putting donation information out there, Queen Tracy. Also, Queen Tracy is one of our top donors, as she and Anthony Love. Gratitude for you all. So, but when you begin to think about it, and we need to have conversations, but you know what? Church people, Christians, don't want to have a conversation. But the sacred text or the Bible that they read from tells them that they're supposed to be ready to give an answer. Is the master teacher in the house? Master teacher in the house. Look at a particular passage up where you should be ready to give an answer to every man. And post that out there for us if you're in the house. Well, it's because this is very important. Now, let me get back to what I was sharing with you all, because now I went in and out of some of the largest churches, and there are those on the timeline that can testify to that. I'm not tooting my horn. But let me tell you something. I stepped away from it because I knew that it was crumbling. You talk about Babylon, most people want to say what Babylon means the United States of America. No, it's not. It's talking about religion. Let me say that again. It's talking about religion. Now, it says, come out of her, Babylon. What is Babylon? Babylon is religion. And that religion covers a whole spectrum. It's not just churchianity, Christianity. It's Islam, Buddhism. It's all of it. Because there's tenets and parts of it that does not reflect the complete complexity of what the truth really is. And so we get confused, and it creates in us what we refer to as what? Cognitive dissonance. It's like static on our brain. We really can't hear what is really being said, and really can't say what needs to be said and do what needs to be done, because there's static on our brain called cognitive dissonance. If you're unfamiliar with that, look it up. There are certain frequencies out here. Listen to me, family, and you hear me well. There are certain frequencies that can cause us to do what we wouldn't ordinarily do at a certain point. Thank you, Master Teacher, and I'm going to get to that in just a second. There is a frequency, and you have to understand when a preacher is hooping, we call it, it is referred to. Let me back down my reverb. But when a preacher is hooping, y'all know what I mean when I'm talking about when a preacher is hooping? That's a frequency. How many of you know that? If you know that, put it on the timeline. If you're familiar with that you know that's a frequency, and I'm getting ready to reveal something to you so that you can begin to understand some other things, so that you can understand, overstand, so you can surround stand what's being done to you. All this is about hypnosis, to hypnotize you and bring you into a space and place where your mind can be subjected, it could be surmounted, and then it could be inserted with what we refer to as suggestive thinking, that someone they could suggest something to you, And you will think that it is your thought. You would think that it originated from you, but it didn't. It originated from a frequency that was created to cause you to respond in a certain way. Oh, we're going to talk about it tonight, y'all. It's Wind Down Wednesday. Come on. Oh, yeah. It's Wind Down Wednesday. We're going to talk about it. Okay. So here we go. Now, I want you all to see what Master Teacher put out there. It come from First Kepha. They call him Peter. That's Greek. That was never his name. His name was what? Kepha. 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 And it states, but sanctify the Lord God in your heart and be ready always to give every man an answer to every question he asks you concerning the hope that is in you, but with gentleness and reverence. How many of you are, how many of you all? Gratitude, Michelle. Hey, Queen, how you doing? Remember, let us know where you're hailing from. Put that on that timeline so we can know where you're hailing from. If you don't know what hailing from means, it means where you live. Okay. So, okay. So, listen to this. I'm going to read this again. And this is why I tried to share with you all that church people are the most rebellious and disobedient and ignorant people that walk across the face of the earth for educational purposes only and in some aspect entertainment. We're not here to, of course, snatch the rug from anyone in their beliefs. Because, you know, most people that believe they're not going to listen to you anyway. They're like an ostrich that sticks their head in the sand. Hello, somebody. But listen to this. 1 Peter 3:15, King James Version states. Anybody listening? All right. But sanctify the Lord God in your heart. Now, this is church people. This is what they're supposed to be doing. Listen to the behavior that they're supposed to be taking on and presenting, right? But sanctify the Lord God in your heart and be ready always to give every man an answer, to be ready to give what? Every man, every, not some, not a few, but every man an answer to every question, right? He asks you concerning the hope that is in you, but with gentleness and reverence, but with gentleness and reverence, but with gentleness and reverence. They won't answer you at all, let alone with gentleness and reverence. They stop short of cussing you out. Not only that, but then they send you to hell. They damn you to a place of destruction. Oh, because you think like that, because you said that, you're going to hell. But wait a minute, what happened to gentleness and reverence? Which means that you're supposed to respect everyone else's opinion or thoughts or how they believe. Oh, is anybody with me? Oh, I hear you, Queen Octavia. If we're on the same page, give me a one again. Shit, let's do these ones tonight. How about that? With that one, let's take a toast, y'all. It's getting warm up in here. Let's take a toast. Listen, salute, salute, salute. To my sippers. All right, okay. So now let's look at this from the viewpoint. Okay, wait a minute. Let me get to some of your comments. I'm sorry. Let me get to them. Let me get to them. Okay. Oh, the little lady in the house. Come style. Come stay. All right. All right. Detroit in the house. New York in the house. ATL in the house. South Kakalaki in the house. Little Rock in the house. Oh, Fayetteville, North Carolina in the house. Virginia in the house. Oh, okay. Okay. We doing good. We doing good. Okay. All right. So Michelle says, I can respect others' views, but their views do not change my thought and belief. I think that's a great point. However, let me push back a little bit on that because my thoughts are my thoughts, your thoughts are your thoughts, and no one can ever suggest in any kind of way that they should be trying to alter them, right? But beliefs are different. Beliefs are based upon not knowing the full context nor the content of a thing. Well, why do you say that? Look at the word belief. If you look in the word belief, let me put it out here before I see it. If you look in the word belief, you're going to see this word right here. Bam. Y'all see that? Let me put it out here on YouTube as well, fam. Y'all see that word? Look in the word belief and look in the word believe. It's the word believe as well as in the word belief. What is in that? Mm-hmm. What is in that? That is the word what? Lie. Belief is there is always the element of lie. What you believe is there's always an element of lie in it. It's only what you know. And this is why we coin the phrase, if you know, you know. Knowing is different, but however, help us out if master teacher in the room tonight, the scholar, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breakers, help us out tonight. I think knowledge is the lowest level of our learning. I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, master teacher. I think learning is the lowest level. Excuse me, knowledge is the lowest level of our learning. Is that master teacher can probably help us, and I'm pretty sure he's probably going to put that out there. Bloom's taxonomy. And I think most of us, we really don't know about Bloom taxonomy because we haven't went to a higher institution of learning. So one of the things that we do, which is why this is a laid back folk conversation, low key therapy, is because we're sharing information that comes from hidden places like universities. And now you should kind of think about, well, why did they name them universities? Our European counterparts understand, but they don't understand, but they understand for educational purposes only, but they don't understand, right? That we're connected to the universe because the universe is us. We are the universe inside of the universe. Well, they finally figured it out. Guess what? We're the only ones that hasn't figured it out. It is, thank you, master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, baby. Yes, indeed. He put it out there for you all. Look at the teacher will appear. That's a master teacher. And what it says, it says absolutely Bloom's taxonomy, knowledge, comprehension, and application, lowest levels of our learning. Now, where is you going and we can have this kind of conversation? I'm gonna bag up off the mic here in just a minute. I'm gonna get to you all. And you all know, of course, you can. You can come on with me, raise your hand, and you can get in the room. Hey, Master Teacher Kizzy says, when a Bible thumper comes my way, I don't get upset. I just try to talk with them, but making them think for themselves and question what they think to be true. All love, so they cannot just hear me, but listen to me. Great point. We're going to take a toast. Salute. Mm. Sippers. Mm. All right. Master Teacher, if you get an opportunity, put the next higher levels of the learning out there for us, please, so we can be properly educated. Sometimes we're not properly educated off of, well, I think the Lord told me. Well, go back and check with the Lord, because the Lord didn't give you the complete understanding nor the understanding of what it is that you're trying to tell somebody. No. Hush your mouth. You're a bad mother. Shut your mouth. It's Wind Down Wednesday, baby. Therapy with a sip, grown folk conversation. And I am host with the most. Yeah, I got the most. Yeah. Yes, indeed. I got the most, baby. Oh, you can stack them up and stand them up. Listen here, when the one show up, though. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. Queen Osun says, many people have beliefs. You can only believe something that you don't know for sure. Like you said, once you know, you know. No room for lies or speculation to interfere. Oh my goodness. See, I told y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, we have the most astute, intellectual chat line that's second to none on Facebook and on YouTube. I put us up against anybody, and I guarantee you, we will be able to articulate on such a level that it will be profound, right? Profound. Why? Because we go beneath the surface of things and get the true meaning of how things really appear, right? And we all know that the definition of how things really appear is truth. Truth is how things really appear, right? Let me give you an example real quick. We're going to move on. Apple, by all definition, and that has been agreed upon by all others, that an apple is an apple, and also it has been agreed upon that by all others that an orange is an orange, right? So it's been established that we know what an apple is and we know what an orange is, right? Which means then that an apple is what it appears to be. That is the truth. An orange is what it appears to be. That is the truth. So the truth then is summed up in the fact that it is how things really appear. Come on, somebody. Y'all know how I go. It's Wind Down Wednesday, baby. Therapy with a sip. Grown folk conversation. I am your host with the most. We ain't confused. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Let me get back to you all. Shit. That okay. Well, yeah, it does merit. Okay. It merits a toast. It merits a toast. Y'all make me pour up another bale because I'm finna take this one on back. Salute, 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 and get back to this timeline. Salute. It's Wind Down Wednesday. Therapy with a sip. Therapy with therapy with a sip. Therapy with a sip. It's Wind Down Wednesday. Wind Down Wednesday. Wind Down. Wind Down. Y'all know it's Wind Down Wednesday, baby. Therapy with a sip. Grown folk conversation with your host with the most. Salute. Salute. I left a little spider leg. Hold on. Let me get that spider leg out of there. Yeah. All right, fam. With that, let me get that sip in. Salute. All right, fam. This is what we take. This is where we pause for the calls, right? Come on, fam. I am a content creator. Come on, y'all. Donate. Stop and donate. So we can shout out. Let me see if we got any donations. Uh, JP, thank you for your donation. Queen Octavia, thank you for your donation. The master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, baby. Thank you for your donation. This is what we pause for the cause. The information is out there for you all to donate. Y'all gonna make me work hard for this. That's okay. That's okay. Work hard for it. I don't mind. I work hard for it. Excuse me, my sinuses. Give me just a second, fam. Excuse me on YouTube because I know you guys can hear me. Excuse me. I'm sorry, fam. I'm back. Y'all good out there? Y'all good out there? Put your hands together if you good. Put your hands together. It's Wind Down Wednesday. Y'all know that wine kicking in. Y'all hear me? Yeah. That's what it's about. So we can get that unmerited conversation. That real, deep down conversation. Yeah, indeed. It's your host, Rick Mo. Okay. I'm going to get to the master teacher in just a minute. He just popped this out here for us, family. Okay. All right. Queen Osun says, say that as I'm continuing on my journey, the rightful place of the spirit and intuition come into focus. Emotions without wisdom and perspective is fruitless. Energy in motion is endlessly going. I finally get what you said about intuition never being wrong. Queen Octavia said the sound effects. And then the Prince of Peace says, sounds on point. Salute. Look out there, family. They're giving you all the ways that you can support, family. Go ahead and support. Okay. So now the master teacher put out there for us the other level of Bloom's taxonomy. Okay. Analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. They are classified as the higher levels of learning. They have been revised to include analysis, evaluation, and creativity. Wait a minute. Creativity. We've all come to a particular purpose, and that particular purpose is to create. And creativity evolves around energy. Real quick, let me say this. Energy at its highest apex is always centered around copulation. If you don't know what that word means, look it up. Put it out there for a master teacher so they'll know. And that's not a knock to anyone. Please, we're not trying to belittle anyone. What we do is educate as we move along. The greatest and highest level of energy exchange is always going to be centered around copulation. Well, why do you say that? The one. Someone asked me that question. So, one, why do you say that? Because most people are promiscuous. They're always trying to have sex. And if you look at what's going on with I guarantee you that's going on with the renowned gospel singer, that's going on with Shannon Sharp, that's going on with a number of people out here. They're being caught up. P. Diddy, they're R. Kelly, they're being caught up in what? Sex scandals. Why? Because our counterparts understand copulation. If we let them copulate, they will be able to create. This is why they changed Bloom's taxonomy. See, some of you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. But they changed it to creativity, right? It wasn't creative. Okay. All right. So why am I really saying this? Because it's important. It's important. It's important to understand why people are so. Oh my God. Okay. I'm trying to put this in a platform a way that it go across social media. But when you're talking about energy, you have to understand that creativity, master teacher put it out there for you all in the Bloom's taxonomy. And let me read this for you again because I'm going to drop this on you. And it's fortunate most of our people don't want knowledge because they okay, I'll leave that alone. Bloom's taxonomy: analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Well, I says the one was evaluation, but they changed it. They are classified as the highest levels of learning. They have been revised to analysis, evaluation, and creativity. I'm going to say that again. It was evaluation, but they changed it, the Bloom's taxonomy, to evaluation. And I know most of you all, we tune out when we don't know something. We don't understand it, understand it, overstand it, or surround stand it. So we kind of get tuned out. We are tuning it out. You really need to know what this is saying. Creativity. And what you need to understand is that what has happened is that the matrix has been changed. What most people are thinking about is the universal matrix. That's not what has been changed. The universe knows how to maneuver, rearrange, situate, and put things where it needs to be. The universe knows how to do that. But you know who don't know how to do that? Is our queens. Because our queens have been invaded and has had foreign sperm injected in them for educational purposes only, which has rearranged their wombs, their matrix. So whatever they're birthing out is no longer what we used to bring here. We had the ability to bring forth gods. We had the ability to bring forth, y'all see these athletes? Y'all see these trucks? All of that, we had the ability to be able to come together, conjugate, and congregate and bring forth what we needed for our survivability. We're no longer able to do that. You know why? Because we've let foreigners inject into the womb of our queens. Oh, y'all ain't got to say nothing. But it's wind down Wednesday grown folk conversation. Okay. I'm gonna pull up just a little bit more because I don't want my queen to get angry with me. She gonna say, you done had a little bit too much. Okay, there it is. Let me check to see if we have any more donors. And we're almost about to get out of here. See if we have any more. Oh, Queen Osun, gratitude. Gratitude for your donation. Yes, indeed. All right. Toast. Salute. Salute. It's wind down Wednesday. Excuse me, therapy with a sip. Therapy with a sip, baby. Salute. All right, with that, let's take a let's feel a couple of more comments before we get out of here. I'm not gonna hold you. Excuse me. Just come back off my vacation. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, thank you, Master Teacher, for that. And I see Queen actually put behind you. Okay, let me look at this. Yeah, Queen actually says explosive. All right, thank you, Osun. Okay. Yes, thank you, Master Teacher, for putting it out there. Copulation is a word for sex, a more scientific way of saying sexual intercourse. Gratitude. Thank you, Master Teacher. Thank you for putting it out there, J.P. Hall, the Prince of Peace, baby. Part two is the renowned gospel singer Leanne Johnson, right or wrong for exposing the church. Share the live, family. Everyone needs this information. Thank you, J.P. Master Teacher put something out that's very powerful because our church people, they will attack you. And specifically, if you don't know how to respond to them. But Sifar, Michelet, which we call Proverbs, 1:22 through 24, King James Version says, "Among you simple ones, you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge." It's the fool that hate knowledge. Queen Octavia says, "Do you think immunization are part of it? You just never know, Queen." But listen, with that, we've had an amazing night. And we're going to bring it on in. 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 We're going to bring it on in, fam. Thank you all for your donations. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being on the timeline. And it's all good. All right, family. Listen, as always, hold what you got. Muse over it. Cogitate upon it. Ponder on it. Meditate upon it. But by all means, what? Govern yourselves accordingly. One what? One love. Eternal light. Peace. Power. Prosperity. And in the words of the Prince of Peace and Health. Until next time. Shalom Aleichem Mishmikah. Meaning peace be unto you, family in Hebrew. And we'll get together soon. Why now Wednesdays where it's happening? I said tell somebody. I said tell somebody. Again, I said tell somebody.